Start off with the deceptive world of ghost kitchens. I've been wanting to watch this for like about a month now, and it's like just haven't gotten to it. I don't know anything about ghost kitchens. I don't eat out often. I wish I did. No, actually, do I wish that? I don't know. I'm in the process now of trying to motivate myself or get myself to actually start trying food. That's not just, the standard stuff. I mean, the place I'm gonna name would be Midwest America, Midwest specific areas, so most people would understand. But Culver's, Portillo's, it's like the main two places, and Chipotle are like the main places I go to consistently if I eat out, which is very rare. But I want to okay, I don't know if anyone cares, but basically I'm trying to say is I want to like diverse out, so you know, I want to go to places like Wendy's and see what the hype's about to expand my knowledge. But ghost kitchens, I've never dealt with any of that. Nope.
2020s have progressed. Delivery apps like Uber Eats, Postmates, Grubhub, and DoorDash have exploded in popularity. And if you use these apps frequently, you've probably had an experience just like me since COVID started. You're not in the mood for anything particular that night, so you scroll through restaurant after restaurant looking for something that'll catch your eye. And one restaurant finally does. But not because it's what you're in the mood for. It's because something about this restaurant feels off. The app says it's zero point 0.1 miles away, but you don't recall ever passing this store or seeing its
Love plus
storefronts.
tacos.
And the pictures on the app don't look like a local restaurant near you. They almost look like stock photos. Even the restaurant name doesn't seem
Yeah, by the way, I'm gonna be honest. Okay, I'm turning off captions. They're too distracting, in my opinion. I've never understood why people use like what was it called? DoorDash and all that. It's like, dude, you can't be bothered to drive out and get your own food. Like, dude, they're all. I mean, I get like if you're ordering from like a restaurant, like a sit-down restaurant for off DoorDash. Okay, that's understandable, I guess. But bro, we live in a time where people are DoorDashing fast food. Why? Fast food is already fast. Like, I don't get why you need to. I don't know. I mean, maybe in some cases, oh, McDonald's is super far away from me. Okay, yeah, maybe I understand that. But like, dude, it's like I don't get why people use DoorDash because it's super overpriced. Unless you're rich, then it doesn't matter. But I like, a lot of people that you hear about like having completely like overpaying for a stupid mediocre meal anyways.
a local family restaurant. It feels like something that would be on a neon sign in a white millennials taco restaurant. Something like Taco Bout It, or Love Tacos, or You're Tacoing Me Crazy. Now, some people might already be aware, as I was, of what these restaurants are. But when I decided to make a video on it, the rabbit hole kept sinking deeper and deeper. So today, I want you to follow
I
me
forgot about Beast
down
Burger.
this rabbit hole of food and restaurants. But I must warn you, it's sticky. So bring a baby wipe or some hand sanitizer.
Okay, I don't like how you use the word sticky. Am I the only one who hears the word sticky and instantly just thinks of the worst case imaginable? I can't be the only one. And I don't even like this. I'd like to say I'm a clean man. Like, I don't think really weird stuff often, but sticky, I don't, I'm just, if you know, you know, okay?
Or stand next to the sink and keep washing your hands.
9:12 on your Monday. From Postmates to Uber Eats, even Grubhub, more people skipping eating out and bringing the restaurant experience home. But how that food is prepared is getting a big change. More competing.
All right, am I delusional, or these two guys basically look the exact same? Yeah, I'm probably delusional. I mean, they actually, whatever. Wow, it's crazy. They got two of the same people.
Companies are now teaming up using ghost kitchens to prepare your meals.
Now, what is a ghost kitchen? Well, the definition can be a little bit broad and too general because the business model is very new and ghost kitchens come in a few different forms. But in YouTuber fashion, I have the Google definition. So apologies, I'm gonna sound for a second like a 8th grader giving a book report. The Google definition of a ghost kitchen is a business operating from low rent or non-commercial premises that prepares food ordered online for delivery directly to customers, which is a true definition, but also doesn't sound like anything specific to me or give me a clear picture of what their business is. However, as I've been researching this video, I've boiled down ghost kitchens coming in mainly 3 different forms. Some take place in something called a virtual restaurant kitchen, others make their food in mobile trailers, and some are in existing restaurants.
Wait, what's a virtual restaurant kitchen? Okay, well, I guess we're gonna learn. All I know is, because I just remembered, I do know a little bit about ghost kitchens, and it's so weird to think about that this is a feature, but basically, like, Beast Burger was, like, taking place in random restaurants, and it makes no sense, because, at least for Mr. Beast, why would you do that? Because, if I was Mr. Beast, why would you do that? Because you're basically making it so the quality of the food is not going to be the same for everyone, and it's going to be based off the quality of that restaurant. And if that restaurant has a problem, like, I don't know, there's health hazards, and you're cooked, why would you rely on other... I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand. And who makes it? Do the employees that already work there? That, like, the chefs have to make other food that's not even on their menu? That'd be weird. I don't get it.
But I want to start with virtual restaurant kitchens. So a virtual restaurant is a restaurant that exclusively sells through delivery apps. The actual building it's made in is a virtual restaurant kitchen that houses many virtual restaurants. And nothing showcases one of these places better than this TikTok I found from a guy named Clayton who is delivering for Uber Eats.
So this is what is called a ghost kitchen. It is a select set of restaurants that are featured. The food's cooked here. As an Uber Eats driver, you come up here, you select your restaurant. Mine was supposed to be Drunken Dumpling, and then my
That's
order
honestly
was,
pretty cool.
Omar here. And what's crazy is, then for right now, I'm waiting. There's your order board, and then once that's ready, one of these lockers will unlock, and the food will be ready.
Whoa!
And this will become our future. I mean, it's already our present, but this will become like all food. Great. Yay, future technology.
Now, there are definitely cases of one person owning a virtual restaurant kitchen, but these places are mainly owned by tech startups. So there is a chance that a pizza place that you get delivery food from and a Chinese food place that you also get delivery food from are not 2 separate restaurants, but one kitchen owned by the same company. But I started to...
Oh, so it's kind of like Pepsi when they own like a bunch of different I see. So it's basically just one company that makes a bunch of different food, but tries to... I think I understand, like, they try to have, like, a bunch of different, like, supposed restaurants, but they're all just from the same place, owned by one company. Okay.
wonder how common these places actually were. Could I find one near my neighborhood? And I did. I won't be showing the address, but I sat down at my computer to look at delivery apps until I found a specific address that had multiple restaurants in it. And if you look here, as I started to go through just Uber Eats as an app, I started to find that this address had a lot of restaurants in it. If I were to ask you what you thought a lot of restaurants running out of one kitchen would be, it kind of depends on how familiar you are with ghost kitchens and virtual restaurants. So you might be thinking, I don't know, 2 is a lot of restaurants.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, 2 or 3 is crazy, bro. And he's gonna say some wild number. I'm gonna guess probably 20. That's probably what I'm gonna guess. And if he does say that, I'm gonna be completely shook to the core because that's outrageous. I honestly, no, the virtual kitchen thing, I'm a big fan of it because, well, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I think it's a lot better than the other methods because, I don't know, it's just like, the quality control is a lot better, I'd say, and also, you're not relying on other people, like, I don't know, like, if I was making food, like, the quality would just be better, basically. Because you know what you're getting into. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't actually fully apply. I just think it's a better look, though, for a customer, in my opinion, because you know what you're getting into. Actually, no, because if you're ordering online, then you have no clue. Yeah, actually, I don't know.
Potentially 4. Could it be like 5 or 6? So I counted the individual restaurants on Uber Eats that came up for this specific address. And I found 10 restaurants running out of the same kitchen. Does that sound like a lot of kitchens to you? Because if it doesn't, I lied. There are 20
Okay, so I was actually right. So this is proof, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna say a joke because I'm not gonna be serious when I say this, but I should be a gambling man. Like, if it was an alternative universe, I would have gambled on that. But for me, I'm a sane person. I don't gamble on dumb stuff. People be gambling on crazy stuff. The worst part is, see, I already have the gambling mentality stuck in my head. What if I gambled with someone $100 that was gonna be 20? You know how much money I would have gotten? $200, bro. I mean, but like, it's like I should have gambled now, but okay, I don't even gamble, so it's useless.
Restaurants running out of this one location. And if you're thinking to yourself, that's not that many, I lied again.
Oh.
There are 30.
Okay, so I should not have been a gambling man. Okay. What's this? Get rid of this. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what it said, but I don't care.
Restaurants running out of this single location. And one final time, I lied again. There are 44 restaurants on Uber Eats.
How can you have 44 restaurants in one kitchen, bro? Yeah, never mind. I don't know. That's ridiculous. Wait.
All share 4 restaurants.
How are these different? They're literally showing buy one. No, there are different things because they have different names. You can see by the blurred text the length of it. They just reuse the same images. Wow, okay. I guess that's okay.
On Uber Eats that all share this one address. And you have food places ranging in completely different cultures and food types. There's a dim sum place, there's a curry place, there's burger places, pasta places, pizza places, chicken and waffles, taco places.
So it's going to be basically like a school lunch cafeteria.
She started looking at individual menus in this one location and finding that some of the items looked really similar. So I picked a random item from one of the restaurants that was featured here. It's a restaurant called The Codfather, and I found a beer-battered cod sandwich for $16.95. And right here it says...
Okay. Yeah, you better be getting fries with that. There's no way. I forget, we live in a time period where a sandwich costs $17. That's ridiculous. There's no sandwich, in my opinion, that is worth... I shouldn't say that, but there's very few sandwiches that will ever be worth more than $10. And I'm talking a sandwich by itself, because sandwiches... Yeah, they're great, but like, bro, like, you need to have something else. And the fact that avocado is $3 and bacon is $3... Wait, why could I scroll down? Wait, what? That was always a feature? When you're in full screen, you could scroll down? Okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
As in the description, it is a beer-battered North Atlantic cod, slaw, red and white cabbage, lemon herb aioli, and a brioche bun. So I looked at another obvious choice at the same address, at Sunset Beach Fish and Chips. And would you look at that? There's a...
Alright, yeah, we're getting scammed.
Same address, at Sunset...
2 pieces of fried cod plus fries. $20. Really? And you're telling... Oh my god. That's the... You know what's even bigger of a scam? Okay, so 3 pieces of fried cod plus fries, right? That's $5 more. Okay. Which implies... Let's do the math. That, I don't know, maybe one piece of fried cod is $5. Which, okay, I guess that's reasonable. So that means the fries plus the ranch is $10. Okay, yeah, that's a problem. That is ridiculous. Yeah, no, these are all overpriced, bro. 1 cod, 3 shrimp is $20? I guess for the amount of food, like but I'm not even a fry person. That's the problem. I don't know.
At Beach Fish and Chips, and would you look at that? There's a beer battered cod sandwich for $16.95. That is a beer battered North Atlantic cod, slaw, red and white cabbage, lemon herb aioli, and a brioche bun. Interesting. Two separate restaurants on Uber Eats, appearing to be completely separate businesses, selling the same item with the same description
I didn't even notice.
for the same price. So I looked at another place that had a beer battered cod for $16.95, same description. And I looked at another place, and another place, and another place, until I had filled up my cart with 9 identical beer battered cod sandwiches. And I'm going to go with Chrissy to pick it up at the same exact location. That's right, we're gonna drive to one kitchen to pick up the same sandwich from 9 separate restaurants. By the way, the sandwich is $16.95
Yeah, that's
for just the sandwich. So I'm about to pay.
No fries, no beverage. Yeah, no, that's a scam. That has to be the highest quality sandwich of all time. Would you bet? I'm gonna be honest. It's a red flag if you have more than 10 kitchens in there that make all this different type of food because I most likely the chefs, if they are even chefs, are probably not really like great because they have to make such a huge variety of food, so they don't specialize in one thing. The best kitchens and the best restaurants are ones that where the people who make the food specialize in certain things. That's the reason why when a lot of times when you go to a restaurant that has a large variety of options, it doesn't taste fantastic. It tastes average.
Hey, what's that times 9? I'm gonna do it in a calculator. You can't force me to do math off the top of my head. I could have done it now, but I need to find my phone. All right, so if I just do the quick math on here before fees are involved, I will be paying just $152.55 to potentially try the same sandwich 9 times. So
Why?
Chrissy and I
Yeah,
started the
why would
drive.
you
It
do
took
that?
about, I don't know, 20 minutes to get there. God, that was beautiful. When we pulled up to the restaurant, it had the name Chibo. What confused me is that when you look it up, Chibo is a local restaurant in LA. It's been open since 2002, I believe. But when you look on Google Street View, the storefront used to say Virtual Dining Concepts, which is one of the startups in the ghost kitchen industry. Now, to be honest, as we walked up, I was a little bit nervous because I don't think one of their regular employees would care, but I also doubt somebody has ordered from 9 different restaurants with the same.
Yeah, I used to be one of those people who'd be like, oh, I'm gonna order something weird. Oh, it's so awkward. And you realize, bro, who cares? Like, you have to realize when ordering food that you, most likely, if you just act normal, you will be forgotten in 2 seconds. And, like, if you ever, like, if for my example, it's like, oh, I ordered, like, a cod sandwich, bro. Like, who orders that, bro? And where I live, at least, it's ridiculous because I don't live near an ocean. Right? It's like, oh man, it sounds stupid, but like when I was younger too when this happened, I was like, oh my god, it's embarrassing. And then you realize the people don't care. They might think about like, oh, you're weird for 2 seconds, but like in this case, it's like, oh, you're nervous to go in because an employee might think of something about you for 5 seconds and forget. Oh, cool.
Item. The order kind of makes it obvious what I'm doing. So I walked up to him and said,
Hi, we're picking up for like 9 orders under Eddie.
and the guy was like, oh yeah, no problem. Do you want me to put it all in one bag? Is that okay? So we waited for a little bit. Here's us waving, just in case we're saying hello to you, specifically watching. We're waving to you. And then finally, we got the order.
So
I gotta get home. Oh.
it seemed so casual. They did not care that we ordered from 9 different places and it was the exact same one.
So we drove back, bags in hand, left bag hanging lower than the right
By
bag.
the way, why would they care though? I mean, why should they care? I'm just saying.
But before we bust these bags wide open, a quick word from our sponsor. Thank you all for coming to this press briefing today. As many of you already know, I am now the President of the United States.
What?
Because Joe Biden lost to me in a wager match of Overwatch 2. Now that I'll be
There is no way he's sponsored by Overwatch 2. I don't believe that for a second.
traveling and doing business all over the world because I'm the new president, our sponsor today, Babbel, is perfect. Babbel is one of the
Okay. Jump ahead. By the way, this is a nice feature. jump ahead feature.
States. Now back to the video. When we got back and I started to unpack them, I noticed that all of the packaging was the exact same.
All right,
Oh wow,
so
how
let's start
surprising.
with just 2 of them. I've got the rest of the packages right here, but they also weren't labeled, so I have no idea which 2 restaurants these are from. This could be the Codfather. This could be Sunset Beach. This could even be Burger Bitch. First
That's
one
a place?
is in this wrapping. Here's the, I mean, it looks good.
It looks good.
This looks like a good fish sandwich. These are 2 different fish sandwiches from 2 different restaurants. Legally, I do not want to say that these are the same sandwich, so I won't do that.
What? You can't say that legally? Why?
That covers me. The bun feels cheap for $16.
Oh yeah.
It's good.
Oh my
I know-
god, okay. If I say, yeah, I'm just gonna say whatever. I absolutely just show them. I hate people who cover their mouth when they're chewing. Oh my god. I don't know why, it just bothers me so much. Like, dude, everyone chews. Like, dude, it's not like... Okay, if you're chewing with your mouth open, by the way, also that's a huge red flag. He's not doing it, so I'm not gonna be angry about that, but I'm just saying, if you chew with your mouth open remotely, you're just evil. Like, that's just one of the most evil things. I don't know how people find that satisfying. Like, to be like, ASMR, chewing loudly. Like, what? It is the most repulsive thing I've ever could possibly think of hearing.
It's good. I now know what this fish sandwich tastes like.
Yeah, I mean, that does look good.
Legally, I don't want to say that this is the exact same sandwich, but my taste buds are saying this is the exact same sandwich.
Then we decided to take every single sandwich out to show them all at once.
What we are looking at here are 9 sandwiches from 9 restaurants.
Bro, okay, this is ridiculous. He went overkill with this. He spent over $100 on the same sandwich just to prove a point. Like, you could have just bought 4. Like, come on.
Claim to be different businesses when you look at them.
And I decided for science I was going to take a bite of every single fish sandwich and give a thumbs up if it tasted similar to the last one. Now, as I've aged, I don't do as well with greasy foods, specifically something like a fish or chicken sandwich. And I can't tell you the toll that this took on my body later that day. I didn't even capture it. I was tired, things happened in the bathroom I will never speak of ever again. But I will say that my opinion was these 9 sandwiches tasted exactly the same to me. But I think it's really important to mention that this restaurant is taking up 44 slots on delivery apps.
Yeah.
They are competing directly with small businesses, some of which are owned by families. Now, I don't know if Chibo the restaurant owns this or if Virtual Dining Concepts bought Chibo to use their name as a brand, but would you be surprised to learn that there is another Chibo within 4 miles of the one that I just showed you? And together they take up 77 restaurant slots on Uber Eats. So whether or not Chibo is its own new company or just a front for Virtual Dining Concepts, I want to take a second to talk about VDC. Virtual Dining Concepts, or VDC, is a major ghost kitchen company. And when you go to their website, they have a collection of brands that they work with. You have Mr. Beast Burger.
FaZe subs? There's no way that the FaZe clan actually made subs. I do not believe it. Wait, and Beast Burger's still around? Am I the only one who finds the Beast Burger logo so repulsive? Why is there just stuff dripping all over the place on a burger? That is ugly. Also, the blue? What is that supposed to be? And he probably, like, hired people who thought, oh yeah, this is gonna get everyone excited. Like, what? No!
Which we will talk about later. You have FaZe subs, which finally answers the question, can my sandwiches just be made by gamers? But as I was reading the brands, something caught my eye. NASCAR Refuel. So I clicked on it, and it opened up NASCAR Refuel Wings, and you could go right to their website. So clearly, NASCAR Refuel is a NASCAR-themed ghost kitchen that sells primarily bone-in wings. Now, if you go to the full menu, you can see that they offer 5 flavors. We've got barbecue, we've got honey garlic, we've got sweet chili, Cajun, and buffalo. My tummy's already rumbling. Is that a magnitude 7 earthquake in California? No, that's just my tummy for NASCAR wings. They even come in this fun little NASCAR box so you know the food's gonna get to you fast. So then I thought, if VD's...
You know what I really gotta try? I've barely been to Wingstop that often. Wingstop, or what was the other one? Buffalo Wild Wings? Bro, they're basically the same place, I'm pretty sure. I know one of them's going out of the business, but I gotta try one of those places. I need to try their wings with blue ranch, or no, it's blue cheese dip, or whatever it's called. I just want to try that, dude. I've never had it before, and it sounds so great. Like, oh, blue cheese. I'm a big fan of cheese, bro. I need it. But I don't even like wings like that. I don't think wings are that great. Like, the amount of meat you get out of it, it's okay. Like, I don't know, and it's usually spicy. I don't know. I must be the only one who hates wings. Well, I don't hate them, but doesn't like them.
VDC can let NASCAR make a unique wing place. This place can't be that bad. By the time food arrives to your table at a restaurant, the people who have made the food have already jumped through a ton of hoops. The person who created the business already had the idea to create a restaurant, either paid their own money or got a loan from a bank to get the building rented out. They then had to hire people, make sure everybody was trained, make sure people liked the menu, cultivate a successful business, and pay the bills every month. So maybe this could be a good way to not gatekeep recipes with how much influence you have or how much capital you have to open up a restaurant. Maybe this will be a great way into having people try new foods. VDC has another wing place right there called Wing Squad. Wing Squad is a buffalo wing themed ghost restaurant that serves primarily...
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be the same ones.
Bone-in wings with flavors like barbecue, honey garlic, sweet chili, Cajun, and buffalo. Are these the exact same fucking wings?
Okay, so I got
Oh my god, he
NASCAR
spent money
refuel.
again? This guy's
So I
crazy.
was going to immediately cut to ordering NASCAR Refuel and Wing Squad to eat them both and see if they tasted exactly the same. But when I filled out both my orders, I went ahead and ordered NASCAR Refuel. And when I tried to check out with the cart for Wing Squad, they told me that it wasn't available in my area. So now, instead of proving a point for my video, I just have NASCAR wings. The only thing I care about is if they come in the cool box. I will be so mad if they don't. Yes! Here are the wings. They look pretty good, to be honest. I'll give it to NASCAR.
Like, just look at those wings and tell me that there's a lot of meat on there. You can't. There's not enough meat. I don't know. I don't get what the appeal is. Yeah, look how little meat is on that wing. Now, I'm not saying that those wings are bad. I'm just saying wings in general are just trash because of how little meat they have.
It's good. It's good. I never said the Ghost Kitchen food is bad. It's good. I scared the neighbor's dog.
But I want to get back to VDC's website because they seem to be the leading brand in working with content creators and celebrities to create ghost franchises.
Hi, I'm Robert Earl, a fellow restaurateur and the founder of Virtual Dining Concepts.
A ghost franchise is when one of these companies utilizes virtual restaurants and ghost kitchens around the country to instantly start up a national brand. So you pretty much snap your fingers and you have a fast food company across the whole country.
These brands offer you an A to Z solution. All you have to do is choose the brands, the great celebrities that are going to become...
No way. No way. No way. No way. No way. No way.
Is choose the brands, the great celebrities that are going...
Tiger bites? Okay. Alright, yeah, this is crazy, bro. There's no way Tiger has his own... Okay. Who is gonna eat that? I don't even know. I'm at a shock of words. If you know who Tyga is, bro, he had one of the biggest fall-offs of all time in music history. And, like, I don't really know anyone who claims to be a fan of his music remotely. I don't know.
Going to become your market partners with you.
And to get a look on how these ghost franchises start, we can look at the page on their website that advertises to creators that want to work with them. So this business model is advertised as a new way to connect with fans. Oh my god, I didn't know it was for the fans. So step one is to create your vision. They give you a more intimate and experimental way to connect with your followers. Finally, I can get intimate with Mr. Beast by shoving a Beast Burger or Deluxe down my gullet.
Wait, that's actually what they look like? Oh.
Mr. Beast by shoving a Beast Burger.
That looks like the driest piece of meat. I mean, even the cheese looks dry. I don't know how you accomplished that.
Carl's Deluxe down
and
my
that just
gullet.
looks repulsive. I don't
Just
know.
absolutely gargling Beast-style fries. Then you work with them to create a menu. I would assume it's more so like, hey, you want to sell pizza? Do you want to sell pepperoni or sausage? Then they say to market the brand, to use your social following and platform to connect with your fans beyond merchandise. Use the food in your content. See, guys, it's about connecting to fans.
To be fair, if I was a massive influencer, this would actually be a good idea. The reason why I say this is because, you know, food is something that people can buy infinitely. When I say this, I mean, unlike, you know, most products like toys and stuff, it's not a one-time purchase, at least for most people, because once you build a reputation of being good, people will come back, and so it's a great way to make money because it's constant. It's kind of like having a massive song that's number one in the world. Well, not that level, but you get the point where it's like if you're a big artist and you have a lot of songs, you know, you get a lot of revenue just over every day. It's the same if you have a massive like following and you make a good food because people will be there.
This is not a soulless way to cash in on your fans by selling them food that you didn't create, okay? It's not about making money. So let's see step 4. I gotta stop getting tricked by corporate speak. I thought Mr. Beast wanted to be intimate with me. I can't believe.
Let's be honest. Okay, I'll be honest. I mean, I know he's joking. But like most corporations and companies, they claim they have best intentions for customers. They never do. It's always about the money. That's at the end of the day. It could start off where it's like, oh no, we care about the customers. At the end of the day, eventually leads to just we want money.
How confusing this ghost kitchen stuff is as a consumer. Because a few minutes after filming this, I got an email thanking me for my order from Mr. Beast Burger. The thing is, I didn't order from Mr. Beast Burger.
What?
I'm doing that later when I talk about Mr. Beast Burger. So I looked at the address in the email and it happens to be the exact same address from where I got my NASCAR refuel wings. So they just thanked me for ordering from a completely different restaurant. And when I looked up the address, it just gave me Universal City Walk, which is the big mall outside of Universal Studios Hollywood. It didn't even matter.
Oh, by the way, this is... Oh my god. Oh my god. I love this place, bro. Universal Studios is easily that's the number one place I want to go back to. I'm gonna be honest. If you have money and you have time, like a week, I would recommend taking some friends or family and just go spend time at Universal Studios. It is easily my favorite place I've ever been. Has some of my favorite rides of all time, favorite experiences of all time. There's just nothing that compares. Problem is it costs money. So. I know if I had enough money though, I definitely would immediately bring a bunch of friends along.
Match up with one of the restaurants there. It just looked like a vague point on one of the buildings. Did they make my wings
Ghost
in
Kitchen
Universal
in there though is
Studios?
crazy.
Did the Minions make my wings? It seems like VDC can't even keep track of their own virtual restaurants. But if you're a content creator or a celebrity that thought it would be a cool idea to open up your own fast food brand that doesn't inherently make you the devil, I mentioned 3 types of ghost kitchens before, and one of them is existing restaurants. Now these restaurants can be major chains or small businesses, and running these virtual restaurants out of a small business might help them keep the lights on. That additional revenue could be a lifesaver for them. The thing is, as I've been looking up stuff for this video, I would frequently get so lost trying to keep track of all the virtual restaurants. It would be hard to count how many virtual restaurants are in one location or where a virtual restaurant was located. Sometimes I would look up Mr. Beast Burgers in my area, and when I went to the Street View, they just didn't exist and also didn't have an address listed. And that's when I started to think, if I'm spending all day just trying to locate certain restaurants, how the hell are they doing health inspections for these places? And that's when I stumbled on an article called "Do You Know Where Your Chicken Wings Come From?" by the Boston Globe. The article centers around the challenges that ghost kitchens have added to health inspection agencies in Massachusetts. Frequently, it seems that health inspectors in Massachusetts will find out during the health inspection that they're running multiple restaurants out of the same kitchen. Lexington's health director Joanne Bellinger even said, "It's like smoke and mirrors or a shell game. We license this particular restaurant, but on the side, they're running 6 or 7 other things." And they're constantly getting surprised by this because the article states no one knows how many such operations are running in Massachusetts or nationwide, as there is no central entity that tracks them. And when health departments can't track where food is coming from, it makes it near impossible to track where a foodborne illness starts. Some defenders of virtual kitchens might say, well, if you have a kitchen that passed a health inspection, what's the harm in adding a virtual kitchen? You already passed.
Well, that's a dumb point. You know why? Because it's not that simple. Dude, does anyone remember the McDonald's situation? You'd imagine McDonald's has been around for many, many years, obviously. You'd imagine they've passed hundreds of thousands of inspections perfectly fine. And then suddenly it became bad. For like a week or two. So my question is, just because something passes an inspection. Also, you don't, oh, by the way, inspections are inspections. They're not in-depth. I don't know for sure, but I'd imagine a lot of them aren't in-depth looking for everything wrong. They're just glancing. So, there you go.
But what if your new virtual restaurant menu adds an allergen that your original menu didn't have? You now need to be inspected again to make sure you're not cross-contaminating and feeding somebody something they're allergic to. And not only is the FDA struggling nationwide to keep up with this technology, in spring of 2022, Needham's health department encountered a Thai restaurant that the department had closed for repeated health violations that then opened up as a virtual Thai restaurant under a new name. And this isn't just Massachusetts. ABC 7 Chicago discovered something similar in their reporting.
But what if your food comes from a restaurant with health violations? The I-Team found restaurants with some of the most serious violations. The Buffalo Wild Wings on 513 West Taylor Street near the South Loop houses the ghost restaurant Wild Burger. The restaurant had recent failing inspections with violations including 100 fruit flies throughout the...
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I'm sorry. That's pretty bad.
establishment and no soap at a hand washing sink. In follow-up reports, the
Oh my god. You know, it's like, that doesn't sound that awful until you realize if there's no soap when someone's inspecting, the odds of there being no soap more often than not is a lot higher.
restaurant fixed violations and passed inspection.
It's really just a snowball with ghost kitchens because this problem also opens up a new problem, which is major restaurant brands pretending to be smaller businesses on delivery apps to get more business from you.
Okay, dude, I'm sorry, dude.
Pretending to be smaller
That is some of the worst cut pizza. What is that? Why is their cheese just mingled? Oh, dude, it looks like they couldn't even fit in the box. Like, what?
Delivery apps to get more business from you.
Next on our list of fake-ass restaurants, you can tell. Look at the graphics. It's obvious. Super Megadilla and Thrilled Cheese, those are both IHOP. Both of these have the same address and it's IHOP.
I want to know is how the fuck am I supposed to eat that as a fucking quesadilla when it's a full-blown fucking avocado and a full-blown fucking chicken tender.
I can't believe that IHOP would do this. Surely
That's
no
crazy.
other major brands have done the exact same thing.
Maggiano's Italian Classics. This comes from Chili's. It's Just Wings also comes from Chili's. Tender Shack comes from Outback Steakhouse.
So I guess we have a new problem to worry about. Sometimes the virtual restaurant isn't even real, and sometimes I guess now it's Chili's. I've been researching for this video for around 2 months now, and I feel like I'm going crazy. Because anytime I'm confused or I see something deceiving and I pursue it, I get even more confused and sometimes even more deceived. However, there is one thing that I am certain of. Every single day, I have researched or filmed or gone to get food from one of these ghost kitchens. One virtual restaurant will make itself known at least once. A ghost franchise that is so popular that any YouTube addicted 12-year-old would know the menu by
Mr.
heart.
Beast Burger.
In this story, I'm the beauty, and this restaurant is...
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Mr. Beast Burger is one of, if not the most popular Ghost franchise in the United States. The Ghost franchise was created by YouTube's golden boy and Elon Musk reply guy Jimmy Donaldson, aka Mr. Beast.
We will be spending 24 hours in this insane asylum.
I built 2 massive circles and put 100 boys in one and 100 girls in the other.
I am not eating any
I don't know, something about the way he
Massive circles and put 100 boys in one and 100 girls in the other.
I don't like the way he said that. It just felt like really fake. I don't know. I can't stand it. I don't watch his content, so I really shouldn't say I can't stand it, but I just can't stand the thumbnails. I can't stand, you know, just everything about it.
I am not eating any food for the next 30 days.
The reason I've waited so long to talk about Mr. Beast Burger is because it utilizes all 3 main forms of ghost kitchens, including trailers. Ghost kitchen trailers are exactly what they sound like. They're a trailer that runs multiple virtual restaurants out of it. Now, the leading company that owns these trailers seems to be Reef Global, but as I've been reading some articles about it, it seems like Reef isn't doing so hot lately. They've had a lot of big companies pull business from them. It even looks like Wendy's had a projected 500 locations set to open, but they cut that deal, and Reef later exited its Houston market and laid off 5% of its workforce amid low sales and a rash of permitting and safety violations. Let me just look up what safety violations there are. Okay, so I just found this Wall Street Journal article called "Ghost Kitchens Are Proving to be a Messy Business as Reef Global Shows." The article starts by saying a few seconds after a cook turned on a stove in a tiny mobile kitchen in a Houston parking lot in April,
A fireball erupted
from the propane burners, flaring out
wow.
into the center of the trailer owned by Reef Global Inc. While the cook escaped harm, she happened to open a refrigerator at the same time that shielded her from the flames. It was the second such incident at the same Houston trailer in 4 months. The first one injured a different cook as flames scorched her face and gave her kind of a warning for this to be kind of violent language, so skip forward 10 seconds if you don't want to hear this. Gave her 3rd-degree burns on her hands that caused the skin to peel off her fingers, rendering her unable to work. Wall Street Journal. Did you hear how bad her hands...
Part of me wonders, and I know it's going to sound really delusional, but they say, what would you do for money? I would imagine, if you got that severe 3rd-degree burns, so your skin is peeling off, you probably got a lot of money. Because clearly something was wrong in the kitchen, right? So you could easily get a lawsuit going and probably win that and get a ton of money. The question is, would I want to get severe 3rd-degree burns for money? And how much money would I want for? I know this sounds irrelevant, but this is one of those things where it's like, just, I know it's not really matters, because like odds are you're never gonna get in a situation where you accidentally get like burned alive or not, because you know it's just not common and whatnot. But how much money would I want? I'd say I at least want $10 million. Now, actually, the problem is I don't know the pain of 3rd-degree burns. I don't know, so I can't really say.
Hands got burnt? How can she work? How can she contribute to the company? A similar fireball in San Francisco injured another Reef employee in the spring, according to the former Reef managers briefed on the 3 incidents. And on top of that, there's also an insider article about leaked Reef emails, where they're talking about nearly a full year of complaints from Mr. Beast Burger, where customers were served uncooked chicken and raw burgers. This is not directly Mr. Beast.
raw burgers is diabolical. Chicken is somewhat understandable because, to be honest, for at least for me, as whenever I cook chicken, I'm like, dude, I don't know. No, it's not even understandable. If you're a restaurant, you should know how to cook chicken. It's not that hard. Well, I should say it's not hard because, like, for me, I need a thermometer to cook chicken. But, you know, like with beef, it's like, oh, well, if the outsides are brown, it's probably somewhat cooked.
Beast's fault. And I'm sure this happens with regular fast food franchises, but this problem is a lot more difficult to solve when you have no real locations. And up until very recently, this business was solely run out of ghost kitchens. And in interviews, Jimmy doesn't hide that fact at all. He's actually one of the only people I see being open and honest about their business and ghost kitchens.
Is it cool to own a burger joint?
So when I first started it, this is when COVID was at its height. So we started a virtual restaurant. A lot of restaurants were laying people off. And Beast Burger, originally why we got into it, is it was like a way for restaurants to make extra money.
Yeah.
So if you're a mom and pop, and, you know, that lockdowns, you can't even serve people in your fucking restaurant. Your revenue just cut in half. You could just start serving Beast Burger, and then anytime anyone within 8 miles places an order, you fulfill it, you get to keep a majority of the revenue.
Yeah.
Now that's a pretty noble motivation to opening up Mr. Beast Burger, but Jimmy just doesn't talk about the fact that they do this also out of existing restaurants that are major corporations, and the fact that they ran them out of reef trailers.
Anyone, anywhere can just start serving Mr. Beast Burger. You just take our training course, order our ingredients and packaging, and then turn it on all the websites.
So it's the same ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so it tastes the same.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand what Jimmy's trying to do, but you really shouldn't make it that accessible for anyone anywhere to start serving Mr. Beast Burger to customers. Because again, I start thinking about the health inspection stuff. People all over the country, primarily kids, are eating this food. You need to have some...
I mean, the reality is, this is like, all these problems can be solved by one simple solution. Do not order online. Because guess what? You won't find these ghost kitchens unless you order online. From what I understand, these ghost kitchens, bro, you're not going to have to deal with them unless you find them online.
Some kind of barrier for the quality of it. And so he's sort of transparent about the ghost kitchen stuff in interviews, but let's also look at what he actually told his fans. When the business opened in 2020, this is how it was announced to 144 million people.
I opened up the world's first free restaurant. And if that wasn't
Free?
enough, I also paid people to eat at my restaurant. Put it on up. Yeah! I've never
Yeah, and this is why Mr. Beast is hated. Because this feels fake. And even if it isn't fake, right? And even if, you know, he did pay people to eat at his restaurant, it just feels stupid. Like, it feels like you're going overboard to feed your persona of, like, I'm the nice guy. Because I open a restaurant for free and pay people to go eat my food. Like, that just feels weird.
in a restaurant before. Bye! And that was our last.
And he wears the mask
If you like what you saw in
horribly.
this video, you too can eat Beast Burgers. I literally just opened 300 restaurants all across America. But we only serve people through delivery apps. Basically, open up whatever you use and search Mr. Beast Burger. And you could order anything from our amazing and delicious menu. And like I said, we have hundreds of locations all across America. Just open up your favorite delivery apps and search Mr. Beast Burgers.
So while this isn't a direct lie, I would have liked him to be less vague about opening 300 locations, because this is the Mr. Beast Burger that 144 million people saw, complete with its own branding and
144
even a
million is
drive-thru.
crazy.
And this is the Mr. Beast Burger that I just ordered from. The small business was connected to this building, and when I went in, they didn't even realize that an Uber Eats order for Mr. Beast Burger had come through. Obviously, it appeared as their own business. There was no Mr. Beast branding anywhere. They told me it was going to be a 20-minute wait, so I went back to the car to wait with Chrissy.
Do you think if we ask them, they'll sign this?
I hope. I really hope.
When I finally went back in and was handed the bag, I noticed that it wasn't a Mr. Beast Burger bag. It was one of those regular thank you bags.
Wow, how
Regardless,
shocking.
we headed home, bag in hand, bag hanging low. I got 4 items total and ordered it for pickup, so the whole thing ran me $36.85. They're also not in Mr. Beast packaging either. So, Mr. Beast, NASCAR wings is blowing you out of the fucking water. Now, Beast-style fries are supposed to be seasoned, crinkle-cut fries loaded with caramelized onions, American cheese, pickles, mayo, ketchup, and mustard. What I got was seasoned crinkle cut fries with cooked onions, American cheese, pickles, and ketchup. You can see right here, this is what they look like, and
Wow.
so I flipped them back over pretty well, actually. It worked out just fine. And they were average. I do think what would make this order special is the ingredients on the fries, and I didn't get all that I ordered, but this is the best that the order's gonna get, I promise you. Now, the next item on the list was supposed to be
That's the best?
Carl's Deluxe, which is
That
like a
literally looks like, okay, is it a pancake? Literally looks like a
patty
pancake.
melt grilled
Oh,
cheese.
patty melt.
But when I pulled it out, I was very confused.
Which is this the Beast Burger?
After looking at all of the order later, this was not a Beast-style burger. It was not a Carl's Deluxe. It was one of their Impossible Beast-style burgers. This is what the Impossible Beast-style burger is supposed to look like. And this looks like if somebody...
And this is because it's from a different restaurant. They don't have the same good gear.
drew a burger for me? How is this real? It looks like a crab...
Also, can I just say this? Why is there such a popular like demand for impossible burgers? Like, if you're a vegetarian, why are you trying to eat meat or get the feeling of meat? Like, what? Just go meat. Go back to meat. Like, I don't get it. And if you eat meat, why are you trying to get a fake meat? I don't understand. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense because both worlds, it's like, either way, it's just weird. Don't get it.
Krabby Patty. Now, when I opened it up, it looked really boring.
This looks unbelievably boring.
But surprisingly, it also tasted really boring.
Oh, who would have thought?
This tastes like a cafeteria burger.
The Impossible Burger is supposed to be smashed, crispy Impossible patties with house seasoning, American cheese, pickles, diced white onions, mayo, ketchup, and brown mustard on a toasted bun. What I got was an Impossible patty, American cheese, shredded lettuce, and a tiny bit of ketchup.
There's no sauce on it either. There's just like a little bit of ketchup.
Oh, that's disgusting.
The bun was way cheaper than the one looks in the photo. But also, if you examine the meat in the Impossible photo, it looks nothing like this. So what the hell did I just eat? Next up was the crispy chicken tender sandwich, and this one is an easy layup. Everybody knows what comes on a chicken sandwich. It's just chicken, the bun, mayo, pickles, and lettuce.
I was really hoping I would have a positive experience, but all of the ingredients just feel really, really cheap. Like, it just...
Oh, where's the chicken in there?
This doesn't look like a satisfying chicken sandwich. I don't know. It's so dry.
What I got was the chicken tender, some shredded lettuce, and a tiny bit of ketchup. Lastly,
Ew,
we
ketchup?
had the main event. The very item that carries the name of this Ghost franchise. The Beast-style burger. And man, this one kind of...
Holy... Oh my god. That looks so unappealing. That cheese... Oh my god. That looks horrible.
pissed me off because I ate it, and while I've been editing it, I noticed that the camera got a better angle of the meat than I did. Man, this is supposed to be a smash burger. What the hell is this? Now, when it comes to Mr. Beast Burger, do I think that Jimmy was intentionally trying to mislead people in his video? Or that he ever wanted to serve people uncooked beef? No. Of course not. Jimmy is a little bit younger than me. I think he's like 24, but he's also CEO brained, so I'm pretty sure he doesn't give much thought to anything but making the biggest videos in the world and growing his...
What is this? 1,000 What? Okay. I didn't even... Okay. I don't know how to feel about this. I don't understand. I want to watch that now because I would love to see how a YouTuber, cures blindness.
This company. However, I will say that the quality of that food was really bad. That was probably, no exaggeration, the blandest fast food I've ever had in my entire life. So I think my one piece of advice to Mr. Beast that he's not going to listen to because I have less subscribers than him is just give a little bit more thought into the businesses that you're running, because the ghost kitchen stuff is really like the Wild West of food. And there are a lot of really young, impressionable people watching what you do, so you just got to be a little little bit careful with the businesses that you run. But that really got me thinking about the psychology of the ghost kitchen business. It really seems that a large form of this business is based on deception. And I started to wonder, how easy would it be to trick people into eating food that they've already had, but make them think that it's a brand new restaurant? It seems to happen every single day. We saw it with IHOP and Chili's earlier. So to test this out, I decided to pay thousands of dollars to do a real, legitimate focus group in Los Angeles.
Wow, this guy is going above and beyond, I'm not gonna lie, because the amount of money he spent on this video is diabolical. Like, thousands of dollars is crazy.
Now, to do this, I would need my own virtual restaurant with its own branding. My name is Eddie Burback, so let's go with something like Eddie's Burgers or Burback's Burgers. Burgerback. I also needed a fake logo to put on the packaging of the food. So I'm pretty new to graphic design, but I worked like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 days on this logo. I think I did a really great job. There actually might be a path for me in graphic design and not.
I would say that's good. I'm not. I shouldn't be critiquing really, because I'm not great at this stuff either. But like, I don't know. Me personally, like having a massive space between white space between the cheese and the lettuce looks kind of strange. But you know, it doesn't look horrible. Honestly, it's impressive for someone who's doing it for the first time
in YouTube anymore. So I'm sorry, I'm just very proud of it. As the group entered the room, I realized that I had put up thousands of dollars and the entire point I'm trying to make on the results of this focus group. So my nerves were high.
Hi everyone. Thank you all for coming in today. My name is Jack, and
wait, who are these people?
We're holding this group on behalf of an exciting new fast food restaurant, Burgerback.
Now, before they tasted the burgers, I'll be honest, I was a little vain, and I added a question to see how much people would like my logo.
So, before you is the official Burgerback logo, and I want to ask you all, what are your initial thoughts about the logo?
It's lame.
It's lame?
You said, be honest.
No, we want that.
It's kind of bland.
Crazy.
Bland, okay.
It reminds me of The Simpsons.
Oh, that's good. Interesting.
I guess they just don't have an eye for logos. I guess they're just wrong. But it was finally time to taste the burgers. So Burger A was a Carl's Jr. Famous Star, and Burger B was one that we picked up from a local restaurant down the street. Both burgers had the same ingredients and were repackaged under the Burgerback logo. So we started by bringing Burger A out to the group.
Wow,
One
he
of them
actually did
compared it
all
to a
this? This is
Burger King
crazy.
burger, and another person even said this.
Kind of remind me of a Famous Star from like Carl's Jr.
I actually even saw.
You said what from Carl's Jr.?
The Famous Star.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So he said it reminded him of a Carl's Jr. Famous Star, but he didn't say that it was a Carl's Jr. Famous Star.
Okay, but that's 'cause he doesn't
And then Burger
know.
B from LA Tavern was brought out to the group. It was immediately clear that they liked this burger much more than the last.
I feel like with the bread on this one, it's a better bite.
They thought the Carl's Jr. burger was bland, but the one from the local restaurant seemed to be a hit. After tasting both burgers, we asked the group to identify which one they thought was a fast food burger and which one they thought came from a local restaurant.
One was fast food.
Yep.
I think.
Almost fast food, and you think this one is the family owned?
Oh, so he didn't actually start a business.
I agree. Yeah.
To my surprise, they identified the Carl's Jr. burger as a fast food burger and the burger from LA Tavern down the street as a local family-owned restaurant burger. But I don't understand. IHOP and Chili's have been doing this. I thought this was easy to trick people. So we held a second group to see if the results would be the same, testing out two things. One, if they could identify the burger like the first group, and two, if one of them would...
Well, I think the thing is with this is you're telling people to, well, like, hey, one of them is fast food and one of them isn't. You can eat, like, if you know, like, if you're getting told this, you're more likely to identify it because you know it. Like, hey, it's true, one of them is fast food. If, I guarantee if they were told, like, oh, this is just a random burger, they wouldn't be like, oh, this is fast food. You know, like, and also fast food usually tastes cheaper, so, I mean, I don't think this is exactly shocking that they could identify it, in my opinion.
Finally be honest and say they liked my logo.
And I just wanted to ask your honest opinion. What do you think about the logo?
I want to say basic.
Basic? Okay.
I don't get the name of it. I need more
Okay.
context. All I think is bar back. Like when it was like, what's a burger back?
Kind of generic.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, it's a focus group, so they're gonna give their honest opinion, and sometimes people's honest opinions can be wrong or dumb or bad or wrong and bad and stupid and hurtful and mean. And after that, the focus group went the exact same as the one before it. They all unanimously voted A for fast food and B for local.
So the second one I think is from the local.
Is that kind of everyone's thought here?
So even though nobody stopped during the taste test and said, I think this is a Carl's Jr. burger, I think you're lying to me, I may have wasted thousands of dollars in disproving my own point. It seems that ghost kitchens aren't that deceiving because people can tell the difference between what's a fast food burger and what's a local chain burger, which is a huge bummer because I feel like I put the whole point of the video on this focus group and now I feel like I've been proven wrong. Or I lied.
Of course.
Because while Burger A is a famous star from Carl's Jr., LA Tavern is not a real restaurant. In fact, that photo you saw was a random building that I picked off of Street View. And the focus group did not correctly vote between what was a local restaurant burger and what was a fast food burger because Burger B was Jack in the Box this whole time.
That's crazy.
Both focus groups tasted 2 fast food burgers and incorrectly said that one was from a local restaurant. So I think it's pretty clear that I made everyone in that focus group look dumb.
Well, no, because you told them one of them isn't and one is a fast food. So how are they supposed to, like, that's relying on people to say, hey, you're wrong. They're not going to be, most people are not going to tell you, hey, you're wrong with what you're telling me. It's like,
obviously, I'm joking.
Okay,
because
okay.
They aren't dumb. I lied to the people in that focus group about the food they were eating, and they believed me. And I also lied to you about the food I was feeding them, and you believed me. Because it is not a person's job when they pay for food to investigate whether they're being lied to or not. I have spent the first part of this year ordering food and then spending hours trying to figure out how it was made and what the story behind it was. It would be completely normal for a focus group to be held to test which burger tastes better from a company. You know what's not normal? Being part of a focus group where you're being lied to by a YouTuber who's trying to prove a point. Nobody would think that's what was happening. Much like if I went onto a delivery app and tried to order a burger from a local place, it would be insane for me to randomly assume that it's a Chili's, or that it's from one building that has 44 other restaurants running out of it, or that it's from some weird mobile trailer that has a bunch of explosions burning their employees. And I don't have a solution to this problem. I mean, what do I know? I'm a comedian.
Okay, my thing is it really a problem, first off? And second off, see, I forgot what I was gonna say. Why do you need to know this? Why should someone know this? Like, what good does it do if someone figures out, hey, a ghost kitchen you're ordering from a ghost kitchen? Like, if they want to order, they're still gonna order. Another thing is isn't it common knowledge that ghost kitchens, run in other places? I don't know.
On YouTube. That's like the lowest job in society. Now, I don't think this will happen, but I think at the very least, delivery apps should add some kind of tag where you can see what's a virtual restaurant and what's a real brick and mortar place. Because if you're supporting a restaurant with your dollar to get some food in return, the very least they can do is let you know where that food is coming from.
Yeah, that's a good
Especially if it's
point.
like an IHOP or a Chili's. Or one of those mobile trailers in a Houston
There's
parking
nothing
lot.
wrong
Dude,
with
I ordered
Chili's.
tacos and I looked up the street view on Google and it was the fucking Winnebago from Breaking Bad.
What? That was an interesting video. This comment says, I'm a DoorDash driver. I spent 10 minutes looking for a Chinese food place to pick up my customer's order, only to find out their authentic Chinese food was inside a TGI Fridays. Yeah, that's ridiculous. If you don't know, TGI Fridays is it's not known for having high quality food. I just feel like this all could be solved if people stopped ordering from places in like Uber Eats. Like really, it's not hard to just go and I don't know, drive to the restaurant. If you live in the suburbs or a city, it's really not hard to go to a restaurant. It might be inconvenience, but like, dude, I don't get it. I don't understand. I mean, obviously I understand convenience factors sometimes. If you're a streamer, for example, okay, it makes sense to DoorDash, but most people aren't. So, there you go. Let's move on.